nice apples.
I'll go.
Careful of the nettles.
Can I have a camera?
No. Ready. And we're through. Yay!
Look at this.
Look, she's touching it. What does it feel like? So, welcome to episode 9. It's been a while since I made a video. I've started a few times to try and make another one. I intended to make loads, really did. There's a lot been happening, as well as all the lockdown stuff and the COVID stuff has been affecting everyone. Has been finished my degree, Lindsay's been finishing her degree, kids have not been at school, been trying to kind of run the business as we would normally, but as well, come on girls, come on, but as well, obviously the wedding industry has been massively hit by what's happened, and all the weddings have been postponed from this year till next year or whenever else things can start to happen again. And the thing is, right from the start of all this, the focus was on health, the focus was on, sadly, the people that were losing their lives from COVID. But I think a lot of people, they got told to stay at home, they were locked down, and they didn't really do anything, react or think about the consequences that we're gonna hit. And I think now everything's starting to slowly open back up. It's like people are just starting to think about the consequences of what's going to happen and how it's going to affect how people live their lives and how people work and how many companies, how many jobs are going to be affected by it. And I think it's taken till now to really get kind of things working properly again. You know, the kids are still off school, Amy's gone back, but they're at home a lot, and it's taken a lot of time and effort. Lindsay's still trying to finish a dissertation this week, hopefully she'll be finished this weekend. And then life can really start to take its path for the future, and there's a lot of things we're considering, there's a lot of things we're looking at, but you know, I'm making this now because the part of the thing for this YouTube channel and doing these videos was always to kind of document things, and I always wanted to be able to look back on it. And I really wish I'd started, years ago when I first was leaving my old job and starting a business and starting my university course, because it had been so interesting to be able to look back at all of that, whereas I'm only going to really have this small snippet towards the end of it all, but I really do want to reflect on it. But I wanted to sort of talk a little bit about where I'm going to take these videos, because I am definitely going to be stepping it up a little bit more now and doing a lot more videos. And I guess something that's really positive that's come out of it for everybody, us included, has been to have that time to just spend a lot more time than you would normally with each other as a family, a bit more time just to reflect and sort of gather your thoughts on stuff and just chill out a little bit. And I wouldn't say it's been relaxing in any way, because there's been so much going on as normal, but because there hasn't been as much going on around us and there hasn't been as much external stuff demanding us and lots of work, and there isn't going to be much work going forward, that's going to mean it's just a bit more time than normal, which is great, isn't it? So back home now, pizza's just been delivered, so we're going to sit down and eat in a minute, but I just kind of wanted to wrap up this kind of like, let's call this an interlude, with the reason I titled this video what I did is because I've just finished my degree, and I honestly thought for me that was going to be the point where I would get back all this time that I've had to invest in doing my degree, and I'd be able to focus on work a lot more and spend more time with the kids, but on like a super busy, like, the business is going to take off, and was expecting a busy summer of weddings and lots of other exciting stuff, projects and things happening. That's not really what's happened. So But the interesting thing that's happened is everything's stopped, and me and Lindsay have had to like think and reassess a lot of things. And whilst we'll continue with the business, you know, the direction the business goes in over the next few years, who knows? And you know, another big part of it really is when you think about, I think we'll be okay, but I'm really worried about a lot of people that, yeah, from a health perspective, everyone like can get that, but a lot of people can't think far enough ahead to realise what this is going to do to the economy and what it's going to do to people's lives in the longer term and generally with work. Companies are going to close, jobs are going to be lost, and for somebody who's just left university or is at university, a young person who's, I'm in a different situation because I'm older, and I've seen it before. I've been through recession. I've experienced ups and downs. But for somebody who's younger, and is like some of the people I went to university with who've just left, and the prospects of them getting a job, particularly a job that they want in the industry that they'd like, is going to be really tough, and that's going to be replicated across the country. And I just think that it's really sad, but I also think it's really, you know, something that people need to be focusing on, because, you know, it's going to affect people's mental health. It's going to have like ripple effect on over the next few years of spending and of businesses and of the economy picking itself back up. But what I wanted to end on is that to anybody who is watching, who is worried about that, or has just left university, or is at school and they're worried about their future, or someone's in a job, or someone's self-employed like me, got their own business, freelancers, worried, having to adapt and change, it's going to be okay, because it always is, I promise you. And even if it feels like it gets really low, there's always an upside. You've just got to ride it out. And, you know, I felt like that was important to say, because I think that's you know, that's going to be the biggest issue for the next coming months and years. Anyway, really excited now because we've got a bit more time. I'm going to be really jumping into doing these videos. I'm going to be doing a lot of tutorial stuff, and a lot of trying to pass on the knowledge that I've got. What I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to pass on the knowledge I've got now, because I feel like I've acquired quite a bit and I understand things quite well. And I got started a few years ago by watching YouTube videos, reading blogs, listening to podcasts, and I want to be able to, that was always the intention when I started this, you know, back last September, was I wanted to do that, and I just didn't have the time back then. And luckily, it looks like now I'm going to have the time to do that. So if you want to see some of that, please subscribe. Keep note out for when I post videos by pressing the bell thing. And I'd really appreciate your support and coming along for the ride. Take care, and I'll see you in another video.